Welcome back to Pandora Hearts Anime Review Part 9. Yeah, second to last video I'm going to do for this review series, covering the second to last arc of the manga, because next video is going to be, for this particular review series, be the final one, covering its final arc. This one I'm covering, Back Attention Arc, which covers chapters 61 to 82, yeah, a 22 chapter arc. This one had a lot of shocking revelations in this particular chapter. Also a death of a this particular arc, also a death of a character, and you can see this arc as simply put, set up for the final arc of the series. Yep. Yeah. Now, as for the characters themselves, now in this particular arc we see several things. We see the revealing that Oz gets a lot of revelations this whole entire arc. Like, at first he's captured because stuff related to Jack, and it's revealed that his body is actually Jack's, and because he was rejected by the Abyss, apparently he's been aging backwards for the past 100 years, like over 100 years. Why in the world this basically is not thoroughly explained. Alice's real name is revealed to be Lacey. Yep, Lacey. Yeah, that was basically her original name, and it delves a little more into their history together in this particular arc, and it's also revealed that Gilbert, who was Oz's servant and the adopted son of the Night family, and legally the head of the Night family, because, well, all his siblings were killed, is actually a Baskerville. Yep, and it's also revealed that Jack is not actually a hero, he's actually a villain, because he manipulated the events basically to turn his favor, and he killed the only other person who can prove the fact he was actually a liar. Yep. Yeah, and who dies in particular? Why, his Uncle Oscar. Yep. Yeah, Oz is basically his uncle gets killed in this arc by Gilbert. Yep. Who turns against everybody. Turns heel. Yep. Now you're probably thinking, okay, main character turning villain toward the end of the series, thinks he's doing the right thing even though he really isn't. Like, does that sound very familiar to a lot of people? Why, yes. It sounds very similar to what's going on right now with Attack on Titan. The only difference is Jack is not trying to use, like, Titan to destroy the whole frickin' planet. He just basically does what he's all wanted to do. Trying to think there was anything else. Oh yeah, it reveals who actually sent the headhunter to do all the massacres. Yeah, it's actually Gilbert. Yeah, he's the one behind it. Why? Because he loves him and he wants to be the one basically inherit the Night Ray estate. Him. Not his blood relatives. Not the one who actually could, let's say, legally could. Yeah. Had to be him. Yep. That's revealed at the start of the arc. Yeah, so it wraps up that particular plot thread. And basically the whole flashback stuff with Lacey and Jack, that takes up a good chunk of this particular arc. And Oz being arrested for being associated with Jack because the Pandora organization has turned against him. Yep. And now we're leading into the final arc of the series, which is called, I think it's called Swan Song Arc. Yeah. Leads into Swan Song Arc, which will end this particular series. Yeah. Unlike in the case of the Feast Arc, where you can say that not a lot of stuff happened. I mean, the biggest thing happened in this particular arc was a massacre, and the fact there's a party going on. This arc basically is just a lot of shocking revelations, like show a flashback, and basically stuff that would basically lead to the very end of the series, and also the reason why and also reveals that Oz was in fact the actual Bee Rabbit, not Alice. Yeah, that's revealed in this particular arc. Yeah. Also, when I had started reading the particular manga, when I started watching the anime, this is the arc I actually got to last year. Yep, and now I'm finally up to the arc where I got to. And it turns out that Oz was actually a stuffed rabbit. These belonged to Alice when she was originally alive. Before the rest of the series. Yep. Yeah, so Oz becomes a villain. The main character of the series becomes a villain. Yeah. Only like 1 or 2 series I've seen us with. Because normally the main character does not turn bad toward the end of the series. The whole thing is, oh yeah, it turns out that Oz is actually a soul possessing the body of Jack Velasquez. Yep. Yeah, that's revealed to Echo by Oz. Yep. Echo herself basically does appear in this arc. She doesn't do a lot of anything. I mean, I think it was more of the play in the never next arc of the series. I'm looking forward to basically reading when I get a chance to read it. Yep. Because right now I'm reading a light novel series, but I'll basically reveal what that is when I talk about the first season of its show that adapts it. Yep. So yeah, not much else to say about this particular arc. I know this is kind of quick, but the stuff I said basically, what was revealed in this particular arc, yeah, that's pretty much what this arc is. A lot of like jaw-dropping, shocking revelations, and mostly set up for the very next arc, the final arc of the series. Yep, so that's it for this particular review. My next review is a review of the 3 most recent chapters released for Fire Force. Yep, see you next review. Bye.